Hello everyone, Dembash, I'm Kata Dembash. Welcome to the 11th London Kurdish Film Festival online edition. We are so pleased to announce the first day that will be kicking off the 10 days filled with activities and a rich selection of short films for you all to enjoy. Adapting to the challenges faced this year, LKFF has shifted the typically held festival into an online edition available and accessible globally. We are happy to say that we have secured partnerships with British Film Institute, Film Audience Network, and Film Fields Connected. LKFF is a long-standing film festival that launched in 2001. With 10 successful festivals held thus far, we are constantly growing and wish this year's edition to be the beginning of greater things to come. Hosting an online film festival is the response we expressed in the eye of this year's circumstances. Catering to a global audience this time, we are honored with every support and contribution given by you, the audience, so that we can continue delivering Kurdish cinema for many more years to come. I'm here with the co-coordinating team for this year's edition. And so introducing to you the festival director, Ferhan Sterk. Ferhan, why an online short film festival this year?
Thanks to everybody who's listening this edition and this video and meeting that we organized for you. It is very, very significant moment for all film industry, especially at this year, where everybody had to cancel their events and the festival, all the festivals have been postponed due to COVID-19 experience and pandemic that affected the whole world. We are London Kurdish Film Festival that organizing the 11th edition, and we had to postpone our 11th festival back in March because every festival now is adapting to the new way of organizing, a new way of adapting their events and activities. So we had the program in our hands, and we wanted to share and spread our films to everyone. So online edition and online way of streaming the films was the only way to do that. This is the first time happening within Kurdish film environment and Kurdish film industry. So London Kurdish Film Festival is the first one is experiencing this and testing this and trying to stream the films via online platforms. So we organized a 10th film festival. It was successful, and this time we had to go online. I know maybe this is not the best way to reach our audience, but we would like everybody continue to watch Kurdish films, and this is the time that we need their support to be ready in their home or wherever they are and watch those films. We will do our best. We prepared a really good program, and we will do our best to show you the best quality of Kurdish films. Thank you, Avesta, for your question.
Thank you, Ferhan. LKFF prides in empowering young filmmakers, providing tools and education that will help them navigate within the film industry and to pursue their future film projects. This year will be no different. We are hosting industry standard panel discussions and masterclasses with 53 short films divided among 6 themes. Our programming director, Kaveh Abbasian, will explain further. Kaveh, what are we to expect for this year's festival program?
Thank you, Avesta. And I would like to take this opportunity to say hello to everyone who is watching this reception and our audience of the London Kurdish Film Festival. So this festival is quite different to previous festivals, not only because it is going online, because we have, in terms of categorization of how we are showing these films, we have done slight changes. For example, this year we have decided to categorize our films, which are, by the way, 53 films, and all of which are short films. We have decided to categorize them into 6 different themes. And the themes are called Beyond Borders, which we have 9 films in the theme of Beyond Borders. The Struggle Continues. We have 6 films in The Struggle Continues. Women in Film, 11 films in this theme. War on Screen, 12 for this one. Children in Film, 5 films for this film theme, and Once Upon a Time in Kurdistan, which has 10 films. Obviously the themes are quite related to the Kurdish issue and the matters around the Kurdish struggle. Beyond borders, as we know, when we talk about Kurdish people and Kurdistan, one of the first things that comes into mind is borders. And these can be imperial, national, and colonial borders, or enforced borders that have divided the whole community into different pieces. And we have films from different parts of the 4 different parts of Kurdistan, as well as the diasporic community. So when we talk about beyond borders, we don't mean just the borders in the Middle East, but anywhere, any border around the world. We have The Struggle Continues, which again is a struggle, has been part of the Kurdish life for centuries. And as we know, this struggle is still continuing, and despite the invasions and despite the oppression, especially in recent years, this struggle continues. And this theme is dedicated to films that are testimonies to this continuation. Women in film, again, it's deals, and children in film deals with issues around women and children, the marginalized parts of the human population generally, not only in Kurdistan. And these films are related to these matters, and also especially the children in film is dedicated to films that have children as its central figures. And these can be, by the way, documentary, fiction, or animation. And we have war on screen. Again, war has been plague of Kurdish life for a very long time, and this still continues. And Once Upon a Time in Kurdistan. So the Kurdish community, Kurdish people, and Kurdistan, like anywhere else, any other people in the world, have various kinds of people from all walks of life live alongside each other. And this creates dramatic situations, which can be topics of film, from comedies to horror films. And this theme specifically is dedicated to this real complexity of Kurdish life. And we have 10 films, or basically 2 days dedicated to this theme. As well as the films that we have for this year, we also have 2 masterclasses by professionals. One of them is William Brown, who is running a masterclass on zero budget or guerrilla filmmaking. And another one is by Kazım Uz, who is a Kurdish filmmaker, director, producer, and scriptwriter, who is showing one of his films, as well as discussing the challenges of producing and making films in Kurdistan. And we have 2 panel discussions as well. And one of them is under the title of Women in Film, which is, the panel is run by Avesta, but it has 3 panel discussants: Berisha Almashi, Halima Eltir, and Sevinaz Abdike. And we have documentary filmmaking in conditions of conflict as another panel, and which has, again, professionals who have experience of making documentaries in war conditions, such as Jiar Gol, Mariam Ashrafi, and Apo Bayezidi, who are the professionals who are the discussants of this panel, and I will be the moderator of this panel myself.
We're still offering competitions and awards for winning films. Could you please elaborate on the panel of jurors who are participating, and what will be expected towards the end of the festival?
Yes, so we have this year 9 jurors, and they are in alphabetical order. Shiman Rahimi, who is a filmmaker; Elan Gahmaker, who is a film scholar and filmmaker, director, scriptwriter, producer. We have Jiar Gol, who is again a filmmaker and a documentary filmmaker and a journalist. Karen Sifarelli, who is a producer and talent consultant. Kazım Uz, who is a director, scriptwriter, and producer. Mariam Tafakkuri, who is a filmmaker and a film scholar. And Maxine Peak, who is an actress. Pauline Tukole, who is a film scholar. And William Brown, who is a filmmaker and a film scholar. And this panel, this jury, decides on all of the categories. So it's documentary, fiction, or animation. And in the end, they decide on 3 different awards. One is our usual award, Yilmaz Guney Best Short Film Award. And another two we have created for this year are special mention number 1 and special mention number 2. And this is the jury's decision to decide which films and for what specific purpose they want to give this special mention to. We have also created another award for this year, and that is the LKFF Honorary Award, which will be given by the LKFF, the management and the organizing committee itself, according to the whatever comes up this year in terms of what we feel like captures the moment, this specific historic moment. And that will be the award for the honorary, a symbolic honorary award of the LKFF for this year.
The winning film will be receiving a money prize this year. So that's very exciting, and we're very happy to have this part of this year's festival edition, and we want to continue having this for the future editions as well.
On top of what Kaveh said, it was very important to, talk about why short films are the main film length of this edition. Why we choose the short films. I just wanted to highlight, how important for us the short films. As every other Kurdish or national cinema, the Kurdish short films are almost the foundation of the cinema, and I believe we didn't give them enough space to share their films and they projects with us. And in the past, we were always inviting feature film directors to the festival and give them a chance to discuss their opinions, their ideas, but short film didn't get that enough space. We received significant amount of Kurdish films this year for this edition, and I think they deserve to get this attention. So this is why I think we are giving this platform, especially for the short films. I just wanted to add this on what Kaveh said.
This year's program of films and activities will be hosted on the LKFF YouTube channel. Every film and Q&A, panel discussion, and masterclasses will have set premiere times. So you, as the audience, will need to subscribe and push the notification bell to be notified of when the screening is going live. Each film will be accessible for another few days for anyone who missed the premiere. During the live screenings, you will be able to engage through the live chat section presented right next to the video player. Please comment and share your thoughts with us, the filmmakers, and each other. There will be no tickets this year, as all the films will be free to stream worldwide. And we are looking forward to having you all participate in this festival. We will be hearing from our head of art and design, Zelah Latteef, who will be delving into the inspiration and creation behind the visual design and campaign for this year's edition.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 11th London Kurdish Film Festival online edition. The aim of the visual design campaign of this year is to expose the various themes that will be presented as part of this year's program. As mentioned by the programming director Kaveh, in this 11th edition, we are presenting 53 short films that are categorized into 6 themes, and each of these themes will try to shed light on important topics such as human rights, poverty, wars, and resistance. And therefore, with the visual design campaign of this year, we wanted to highlight these struggles that are present in the everyday life of the Kurdish people. However, although there is struggle, our story is one of resistance, and I wanted to represent this through a joyful color palette. Each theme of this year will have its own color. For example, women in film will have a purple background, and children in film is neon yellow to represent their adventurous nature. To move on, the trailer of this year was created by Neda Ahmadi. She's a very talented animator and visual designer. The story is of a little girl that witnesses her people struggle and suffering, but as she moves up a mountain, she meets women who are defending these areas, and she finally reaches the top of this mountain, and as she looks down, the borders that have divided people for hundreds of years suddenly disappears. This is to indicate that these borders cannot divide us. We would also like to thank Mahmoud Barazi for creating a special edition of the music Shervano for our trailer, and Ali Jabba for adding the music and creating the intro and outro.
Ferhan, as this year's edition is completely free of charge for everyone to stream, how will the audiences be able to support LKFF and the future of Kurdish cinema?
Yes, thanks for asking this question, Avesta. Is probably it will be useful to remind that we are non-profit charity. You know, we base on we rely on donations, supports, funds, and sponsors. Without getting this financial support, it is not possible to make this happen. And so far, LKFF, I think, have been supported generously by the public and the businesses via sponsorship deals. And I would like to thank you to those who supported LKFF and became the partnership. First, BFI, I think this year is a huge success for us, you know, gaining recognition by British film industry and being supported. And I would like to thanks on behalf of my team. And I would like to also thanks to our sponsors who was taking part and sponsoring the festival in some parts, in some areas. But I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our crowdfunding page. This year, as you know, that we are not selling any tickets, so everything is free of charge. You can freely access, freely watch all the films. We wanted to make it more accessible, but we will rely on your support. Although you're not paying for tickets, you're not buying any tickets. We would like you to contribute as much as you can, and we have quite good numbers of perks and a box of rewards, and choose one of them and support the festival. With your support, we will be able to reach to the goals that we set for the future. And we would like to do more work. We would like to bring the Kurdish cinema on international film industry that gains recognition. We would like to distribute the films, and we would like to do more. I think so far, based on the previous LKFF members, I believe that we achieved more. But there are a lot of things that we can do. But we need your support. Choose your rewards and contribute to the festival.
Following on to what Ferhan said about the crowdfunding campaign that we will be introducing this year, it will not only be to fund the delivery of annual LKFF film festivals. We wish to also allocate parts of this funding to develop the National Kurdish Film Archive. This will become a platform that will host content that will be available all year round. It will be an additional way for audiences to gain access to Kurdish films. We wish to create paid opportunities for work. LKFF is run by a group of volunteers, and we think paying them what they deserve is an important aspect to produce a long-standing future for the Kurdish film industry. This crowdfunding campaign has been launched. If you wish to support the future of Kurdish cinema and LKFF, the link is available on the top of our YouTube channel and official website. Any donations made is greatly appreciated. Back to the team. Any final words you would all like to share?
I would like to take this opportunity to talk to young Kurdish filmmakers. As you will notice, this year we have animation, documentary, and fiction. But you will also notice that by far we have more fiction short films, which are all fantastic and great, and they have gone through a rigorous selection process by our amazing selection committees to decide which films to reach this stage of the festival. But I also wanted this opportunity to push and encourage young filmmakers to make more animation and make more documentaries. We are hoping to be able to create awards for best short animation and ideally best feature-length animation in future. But we also want to have and continue with our awards for best documentary, Mehmet Aksoy Best Short Documentary, and Best Feature-Length Documentary. And these awards we want to push, and we want this to be an encouragement for Kurdish cinema to make more documentaries about the real life existence of troubles and problems, as well as positive issues, points of life for the Kurdish life, as well as animations, really captivating animations. Some of them you will see, we have beautiful animations and beautiful documentaries, but we would like to ask for more. And that's it for now. Thank you to everyone, and I hope you enjoy the films and continue to be part of the London Kurdish Film Festival community.
Hevalen dostu heja gelek spasiya dixwazim ku hûn piştgiriyê Festîvala Fîlma Kurda ya Londonê dikin. Ji keremê xwe fîlmê Kurdî sêrkin, Kurdî biştexilin, Kurdî fikirin, Kurdî bijîn. Gelek spasiya dixwazim. I would like to thank you, everyone who is going to follow LKFF at this edition and watch the Kurdish films. Please enjoy. Please try to make some space for these films and find out what's going on in Kurdistan. Try to find out what is the story of the Kurds and our struggles, our life back in Kurdistan, and our experience living in diaspora. So there are a lot that you can find in Kurdish films, and hopefully you will resonate with them and you will share your thoughts with us. I want to thank a lot to many people, but there are a big team behind this festival. Management committee members, thank you very much for everybody. Volunteers, our selection committee members, juries, our sponsors. I would like to thank the sponsors Mia Solista, Locus, and Cobra. Thanks for their sponsors. I would like to also thanks to BFI and Film Fields for their generous support this year.
I would like to add that we are very excited, as for the first time in the history of LKFF, the people of Kurdistan will be able to join us live and interact with us. I would also like to take this opportunity to invite designers, graphic designers, photographers, and videographers to come and participate and be part of the growth of Kurdish cinema in London. So thank you all for joining us and enjoy the films. بخير بين بويان زمين فestival كردي للندن هیوادارین فستیوالەکەتان بەدڵ بێتن و فیلمەکان و بەشدار بن لە بۆچوونتان لە سەریا هیوادارین هەمووتان بەدڵ بێتن زۆر سپاس.
Opening up the first day of the 11th London Kurdish Film Festival online edition, we send you all a warm invitation to attend 10 days filled with Kurdish cinema. Please stay tuned as we will be kicking off our first day with films under the theme of Beyond Borders. Make sure you also stay on for the live streaming Q&As with the directors. For exclusive updates and content, please make sure to follow our social media channels at LKFF or London Kurdish Film Festival. We would like to open up dialogue with you and encourage conversation as well as collaboration with each other. Think of this year's edition as an online networking opportunity for everyone. The first film of the program will begin streaming live right after this at 5 p.m. British Summer Time.
بكيف خوشی تماشا بکنید.